Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, I thought I'd do this post-work vlog. Um, I'm off today, I'm off tomorrow. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a post-work vlog for you guys. And I tell you, it's been quite, quite eventful, I'll say that. I mean, first of all, I completed a majority of my anti-money laundering CBLs. These are basically mostly the advanced one. Are needed to be done so that you can work behind customer service and do exchanges, returns, MoneyGrams, stuff like that, bill payments and a few other things I still have to learn and maybe still try to get refreshed and make sure I don't make no mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I've been doing that, and even for a brief moment on my birthday, I got to feel what it's like. I got to have a taste of what it's like to be a backup CSM. I mean, it was just like for a few minutes, and then they let someone that it's kind of the same thing as I am, kind of a cashier and at times CSM, or well, what I will be in mostly, which will be cashier, CSM, customer service deal. Uh, he's the same way, so yeah, he ended up being CSM for a backup to the main CSM because they didn't have nobody scheduled. So anyway, long story short, I just got a brief taste of that, so I was okay. And then after that, did a little bit more customer service, and then ended up working on the registers. And thankfully, I only had to work till about 2:30 that day, so that was good. I also went out the day before, or the night before, with my family, um, because I had the 23rd and the 24th off, so my sister had treated me and my mom, but mostly me, for a birthday treat to Rico's Pizza in Turlock, and then we saw Pixels, which you can actually see a non-spoiler review of on this channel. So we went to that, and then afterwards came home, and like I said, I worked on my birthday. Was a little tired, but my mom got me a cake and everything, so we also had the kids. We still have one of the kids and everything, so things like that. Um, it was also quite personally eventful because my second older sister's brother-in-law had a bit of a mild heart attack, so, well, basically had a heart attack, which was kind of a surprise, but thankfully there was no operation needed. They just had to put like a stent inside of him, so, hopefully it doesn't happen again. And they basically told him a few things he's got to do. One, he cannot smoke anymore, and two, he can't get stressed or anything anymore. He's got to be relaxed, and everything. He can't do certain things like he used to anymore. I mean, he could still work, probably still play softball and everything, but he can't do as much as he used to. That's the whole point. He can't do as much. Mainly he can't smoke anymore. He can't smoke. He can't, get stressed or anything. He's got to be relaxed and everything. Like, even if something gets on his nerves, he's got to be like, you know what? I'm not gonna get mad about it. I'm just gonna let it be. Let it, let it pass by. Hopefully. So thank God he's back at home and he's resting, and we just go from there. Um, but yeah, one of the things I did find out at my job though is, well, of course, as I mentioned this before in other videos, the reason I could not get my birthday off, even though I had requested it, a long time ago, well in advance, was because they had blacked out July from inventory. Yeah, they blacked out July for inventory. That's what they did. And it was like you couldn't choose any other month. You couldn't choose August, you couldn't choose September, you couldn't choose June, maybe. You couldn't choose any of those. You had to choose July. So, hopefully that's not going to affect August 15th or 16th, because I've requested those days off, and that's when inventory is supposed to be over by then. It's supposed to be like 9 days, 10 days over after that, or 10 days after inventory. So hopefully I'll be able to get that time off. Another thing I found out as well at my work is it's going to be a little bit more different out there. It's going to be a little bit more different there. Yeah. Let me explain. You see, what I mean by a little bit more different is we have a new regional market manager at my job. A regional market manager. Now, usually with market managers and others that are in similar positions, you know, what they do, of course, is every now and then they'll walk the store. They'll do a walkthrough along with some of the higher-ups and all that, and even the store manager. You know, they'll do a walkthrough with the store manager and a few assistants along with some of their fellow higher-ups, if you know what I mean, just to make sure everything's in order. And usually, in the past, when we've had walkthroughs, everything's been A-okay, right? Well, I find out that this guy is a little bit more different. In fact, he's very different, to the point that this guy, one of the CSMs dubbed him, well, literally has dubbed him a clean freak, a neat freak. Yeah. Let me explain. Basically, let's say you're a little slow. Now, one of the things you do is you keep busy, right? Of course, you understand that. One of the things you do is you keep busy, or at least you just stand there, try to keep a little busy, but try to get some customers to come down. Like if you see some lines, like let's say you're in a regular let's say you're doing a regular checkout stand, and you see massive lines lining up even at the speedy checkout or other checkouts. You say, hey, come on over here, I'll get you out of here, I'll check you out. And you know, usually the customer will come over. Usually, that was my dog you saw. Usually the customer will come over and take you up on your offer, and you will check that customer out. And that's usually sort of been the routine. It's like you do a few things, kind of like do 82, which is like the candies and the front end stuff and the seen on TV stuff. Usually you'll do that if you have to. Usually your stock items, in other words, like your stock like if you're doing 82, it's like, okay, you'll put the old 82, like say the candy that was there before, you put that up front and you put the new one in the back. You're basically stocking is what you do. You're stocking 82. So you're doing all that, right? So you're used to doing that. But now, here's what this guy wants. Now, most of the other time, if you don't have 82s to do or anything like that, or if it's not slow and you don't have any like go backs to take back to certain locations, like if it's a meat or a dairy product or whatever, you know, you'll usually at times just wipe down your counter. Because let's say somebody comes by in the shop, they're checking out and they got chicken and it's wet or it's got salmonella or whatever. You want to clean it down. Okay? And usually even if it's not that, you just want to, you know, keep it clean just in case, you know, somebody might say something. Because there have been customers that have been like, they'll hand me the clothing or certain clothing items and stuff like that, and they'll be like, even if it's just a water spill or water spot, they'll be like, I don't want it touching it. So, anyway, you know, we're used to doing things like that, but now this new regional guy is like, as some people pointed out, he's a neat freak, clean freak, whatever. This guy wants not just all that taken care of, you know, the cleaning of the counters and stuff like that, but he wants everything cleaned. Everything. Let me give you an example. Like, I just hope this doesn't turn off. Okay. Like, let's say this is a display, right? This is a picture Frank Hill gave me. But let's say this is a display, right? And this is a display. Okay? And this is on top of one of those fridges, which contains or holds a lot of those 16 ounce or 12 ounce bottle, 16 ounce, 16, 24 ounce bottles of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and all that, right? Or even Starbucks cans or bottles, you name it. Or Rockstars, Red Bulls. You kind of get the point. So anyway, what this guy wants now is for us to take that stuff, the displays that are on there, even if they're in racks, because yes, we do have stuff in racks on top of things. He wants us to take it down and literally dust under that. And it's like, how are we supposed to do that if, let's say, all of a sudden we have a customer? Huh? How are we supposed to do that? And let's say, how are we supposed to do that if we get busy? How are we supposed to do that when it comes to the holiday season and we get busy? You see, I don't think this guy quite understands that, yeah, we get what he wants, but we can't always do it the way he wants. We can't always have... Basically what it sounds like is this guy is a perfectionist. It's like he's not just a neat freak, he's a perfectionist. In other words, it's got to be clean, spotless, it's got to look absolutely perfect. And there's a lot of people, CSMs, cashiers, sales associates, department managers, and I could probably be wrong in this, but it's my opinion. But I wouldn't be surprised if there are a few assistant managers and maybe even the store manager that don't like this guy. They don't. The guy's just recently new, but already he gives off that vibe of, look, we're doing the best we can. He walked through the store on Sunday, and I was only there 4 hours, thankfully. But he was there when I was there, at least for the last 2 hours of my shift. And this guy walks through the store, and we did everything we could the day before, even that morning. And he had walked through the store a couple of days before that, and even maybe 2 weeks before that as well. And each time, now I don't know if it was a couple of days ago before the Sunday walkthrough, or maybe 2 weeks ago was his first walkthrough. I don't really remember. I don't really know. I know he walked through twice already, so I don't know if the first one was 2 weeks ago or the other one was a couple of days before Sunday. But one of them, he walks through the store the first time and he thrashes us. He basically, according to people, he thrashes us. He says, basically according to them, it's like nothing was up to his standards. So next time, so basically after that we kind of get the idea. We get the idea from everybody. Okay, you got to keep your guard up. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to clean this. You got to clean that. Even though it doesn't seem like it should be necessary or anything. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to clean under the refrigerator deals. You got to make sure everything's spick and span. No stickers on the counters or anything, even though it makes it more convenient for us. Like, okay, we have this big pole with the light pole with the number of the register on it, right? So on that light pole, in the past few months or the past month or couple months, we've had 2 UPC stickers there for the 9 pound and 20 pounds of ice. So it makes it easier for us than just looking for a book, a little folder book which the numbers are written on. It makes it easier for us just to click. Well, guess what? That's gone. We can't have that no more. We can't have certain things there anymore. We can't have stickers, we can't have this, we can't have that. This guy even had the managers, even the store manager outside, cleaning up the trash in the area. Now, I admit you want to keep your parking lot clean at times, but not just cleaning out the area, but he also had people, it was the cart pushers, and even the janitor, and even the maintenance, cleaning out between the cracks of the sidewalk and stuff like that. And it's like, why? It's not like it's going to stay clean. Basically, overall, what I understand about this guy is he is a certifiable germophobic neat freak. Well, maybe not germophobic. Well, neat freak would fall in that same category. And I was telling some people at my job yesterday, and I even told my mom, it's going to be really interesting with this guy in charge. It's going to be really fun. But you know what? I've got a feeling, and I'm praying this happens, I've got a feeling that this guy, he's not going to last. Because he's not just regional market manager, for our store. He's regional market manager for stores in Turlock and the 3 stores in Modesto, and I think even Manteca and Tracy. So if he's the market manager for all those other areas, I guarantee you, we're not the only ones that are going to express our dissatisfaction with him. Those other stores are going to be the same way. And I guarantee you, if he doesn't shape up and realize, okay, I get it, not everything can be neat and clean and spick and span and da, and not the way I would like to see it, he's not going to last long as a regional market manager. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. But we'll just have to wait and see. But right now, it's going to be really interesting. Because we got to at least the 6th, as far as I know. Because once the 6th of August is over, maybe it won't be so bad. But we'll just have to wait and see. But like I said, it's been an interesting week so far at my job. It's been really interesting. So, that's all I'm going to say, folks, for this post-work vlog. Thank you all for listening, and I'll talk to you all later. Comment below if you've had experiences like this before, and I'm out.